Diet Coke. War with Iran. Now, how did I know it? What was the cue? Yeah, I heard the rumors that they're true, in fact, that massive B-2 bombers are moving into position, base, military base, in range of the Middle East. So military hardware is moving along the four-dimensional chessboard called the global theater. Besides rumors and scuttlebutt, we can discuss all the rumors and scuttlebutt on the internet, on the information superhighway, all we want. I don't always watch the military channels because a lot of that's about military strategy and, has a lot of guys that were ex-military in the Army and the Marines and so on. But in light of the recent Houthi bombings, it's believable, these rumors. But it's really when I see the propaganda. Well, I don't even want to call. I don't want to call this propaganda, war propaganda. But I just saw Hannity on Fox News. I really like Fox News. I like Republicans, conservatives. Donald Trump, voted for Donald Trump, obviously. Trump Vance and a Republican administration. I think it's the strongest way for America to go forward into a dark and foreboding future, fighting evil adversaries. That you need a very strong leadership in the Republican conservative party. So all right, so B-2 bombers on the move. B-2 bombers on the move, getting ready to strike Iran. What George W. Bush would call, in the terror wars, he would call them the axis of evil, along with North Korea. Iraq was invaded in 2003. The media lied. The mainstream media lied and said, CBS, NBC, and ABC, Disney, they said, oh yeah, there's weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. You can tell the country is about to go to war with another nation by the tip-off, by the clues. And so you could tell that the earthquake is coming if you feel the tremors, right? They have the Richter scale and it goes like you can tell it's coming for sure. So George W. Bush identified Iran as an enemy of the United States way back in his Axis of Evil speech. So far Iraq has fallen, has been invaded, but not yet North Korea. I suspect that the United States hasn't wiped out Korea because they're afraid of getting bogged down in a war with China. Always historically has been. Afraid of going into a long war with China because, well, it's going to be long and bloody. It would be a lot of hardships. And so that kind of war will be life breaking. I mean, it'll be dark and dire and ominous. So it may be necessary someday, but the United States is desperately trying to avoid a direct military conflict with China. Not out of fear, but they know what it's going to cost. So it's like, yeah, you can fight a guy who's bigger than you if you know you have if you have the right weapons and tools, but you know that you're gonna get stabbed, or you're gonna lose a ear, or you're gonna lose an arm or something. So it's gonna come at your victory is going to come, but it's gonna come at great cost. So many American lives and Allied lives would be lost in destroying China and the Chinese Communist Party. So that's probably why North Korea hasn't been invaded, because China's their like big brother who's got their back all this time. Well, I wouldn't even call North Korea a communist. Well, I mean, I guess it's a communist. Yeah, I suppose so. Communist dictatorship, we'll call it that. I guess it is the same as China. A little mini China over there. So how did I know we were going to war? Because they're gung-ho, like after September 11th. The government's putting out media stuff. Yeah, let's get them. Woo! It's about to be on. It's about to go down. So apparently the rumors and the scuttlebutt is that this strike on Iran is happening this weekend. Senator Lindsey Graham and other Republican senators on the Hannity show were discussing this topic, and I didn't catch the whole show. I'm going to watch it later. But what set my mind in motion was that they said, Iran's going to get Senator Tim Cotton from Arkansas. He said, Iran's going to get at least up to 6 nuclear weapons soon. And that's not just going to threaten Israel, but they could have an ICBM and launch it, ballistically towards the United States. So that's the clue right there. They have weapons of mass destruction. They're going to attack us. That's the only clue that you need. That you know that the United States is going to war. That we're going to war. Iran is also a proxy, sending drones and troops to the front in the Ukraine conflict. The Russian Federation's illegal, dastardly invasion by Vladimir Putin. So they're a supplier of arms, troops, and cannon fodder to the Russian Federation on the front lines in Ukraine, and also drone attacks. Supplier of drones, and I suppose also missiles. China, I believe, is also I think that China is also uses Iran as a proxy, because they're a lot bigger power. So, but I think the Russian Federation is the main. That's the main alliance with Iran. So. So shit's about to get real, as they say. And does it mean that I think that the government's lying about these nuclear weapons? Well, I've heard that Iran wanted to get nuclear weapons for a long time, and I heard they were close. So I have no reason to assume that they're lying. The government lied to its people? Get out. Never heard of such a thing. Mother, should I trust the government? Like Roger Waters. Nope. So, however, I guess all the clues point to all the pre-stuff that happened in the prehistory, the prehistoric record on this nasty actor in the Middle East, the Iran, the Iranian government. All the previous evidence is that they've wanted to gain a lot of nuclear weapons to destroy Israel, or at least deter Israel and the West, so as a scare tactic, that they could hold Israel hostage with nuclear weapons. So that's what they were trying to do. Say, don't destroy us, the Ayatollahs of Iran, because we'll destroy your God's holy land of the God's chosen people, the Jews. Do not tempt us, Gentiles and infidels. War with Iran? I guess it's going to be a bombing mission to bomb their factories and bomb their nuclear facilities. Whether they'll retaliate, we'll see. I mean, they're probably going to be quite upset when the dirty wizard is in his palace and sees that his nuclear weapons program is blown up with the missiles attached and everything. His uranium enrichment facility or whatever, the fuel rods, when the whole factory goes up. Like Batman attacking the Joker's factories, blowing all the shit up. Blowing all the shit up that Obama and Joe Biden helped the Iranians build by giving them, what is it? Is it millions of dollars? Billions of dollars? Obama's Islamic. I hope everybody knows that. He's a Muslim. Barack Hussein Obama. So it always starts out like this. The president is starts naming the country. I'm very upset with you. That illegal invasion of Saddam Hussein invading Kuwait. It always starts with the media clue. What's going to happen? And then it just goes from there. Follow the clues. Gumshoes. So then there was the Persian Gulf War. What was after that? Was it Serbian War? Serbian-Croatian War? Herzegovina, all that. Bill Clinton. And then it was Somalia. Yeah. It was Somalia, Mogadishu. And then after that, September 11, 2001. And after that, Iraq. Afghanistan. After that, it was the Ukraine. And now one of George W. Bush's axis of evil that's developing nuclear weapons, apparently up to 6, according to the Hannity show. And then they're going to be on the chopping block. Yeah, so Batman's going to attack the Joker's fortress this weekend. So, there'll be lots of fireworks, definitely, as the Iran nuclear program goes down in flames. Hopefully, they don't have one already ready to go. You know what I mean? Like, the Americans are coming, and they already have it ready. You know, they go, launch Israel. I hope not. Kill the Jews. Yeah, I hope they don't already have it ready. You know what I mean? Like, haha, we already had it ready. China and Russia helped us. Wah wah. I hope it's not a wah wah, because that'll be a big boo boo. You know, to say it. I hope it's not a wah wah. And I ran so far away. Hey, and I ran so far away. I had to get away. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, that's a great one. Flock of Seagulls. That 1980s music. That was a rare. Yeah. Who the fuck you got now? You don't got Flock of Seagulls in The Cure. You got fucking Roan or some shit. Taylor Swift. Lizzo. It's like an extra fart for that one. What kind of kids music? What kind of music kids got these days? They got fucking some dude with a computer or something going doing auto tune. Some dude with an AI music computer. He's just yeah, that sucks. Old music is way better because it was like it was constructed with blood, sweat, and tears. You know. One music theory was that all the great songs were written already because there was only so many notes and chords that somebody could play, and that they had all been played out in popular music over 50 years or whatever. And so the theory was that music ran out of ideas because it only has a certain number of notes, a certain number of sounds that it can be made for the human ear, and then after that it's over. Kind of like you read an author's books, and then if you get to the 50th James Bond novel, well, it's just going to be the same shit. You would have almost every single conceivable scenario would have already been played out, and you would or James Bond novels, right? So yeah, it's similar to that. Like eventually, you're gonna watch so much Star Trek that you're gonna say, you know what? I've seen this before, and I guess I suppose that could happen with music, even though I didn't want to believe that in that theory, so that everything could be done already. That's depressing. So hey, at least no matter what, there's still space. Yeah. So outer space is infinite. So we'll never get bored with that. So that's a Star Trek. Now that's a Star Trek. Yeah, that fat guy, the fat guy that goes up, he's on the Star Trek parody on set. It's like the only funny thing on Saturday Night Live in the last like 10 years. And they do like the Star Trek, like the old 1960s version where they have the colorful uniforms and they're on like the crappy bridge set and everything. And like he sees Uhura, like a young like hot black girl, and he's like, now that's a Star Trek. It was like so funny, stupid. That guy kind of has like also what makes the guy funny, the fat short dude, is that he's sort of like Jim Belushi and a little bit of Chris Farley. So he really has the comic chops. Now that's a Star Trek. I guess you have to be a Star Trek or science fiction fan to really like that. Oh, and the trade, the tariffs 104%. Baby, don't tariff me no more. Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Hideaway? Yeah. Baby, don't hurt me no more. That's a classic. 104 KRBE, world famous dance club music, Houston, Texas. Did I go to the Roxy once? I think I did. Not the night at the Roxbury with the the club mix and all that shit, but like yeah. Yeah, I went to the Roxy where they used to broadcast 104 KRBE. It was convenient at the clubs. They put the beer on the ice, and then it's very convenient. You just pay for it and then grab the beer out of the ice. And they had like that was pretty cool. Like like if you're an alcoholic like me, it's really cool. Like beer hanging up everywhere. You're like, yay! Like Night of the Creeps, where they're having that frat party. They have like all those racks of beer, and they're just like clothes. It's just beer. It's just beer racks all over the place. Like people are woo, just getting crazy and shit. I'm not really all too worried. I just know, the shit's about to hit the fan because we have a president that's not sleeping, all the time. And we have a president that has a mind this time. And we have a president that takes bold action to protect American citizens and American soil and American people. So protect America itself from the inside out. We have a bold president. an ambitious one. We'll see what happens if all the scuttlebutt is true. Computer, activate. No, it's an old computer, just kidding. Computer, start. No. This isn't Star Trek The Next Generation? No, not really. Go! There were no weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. The media lied to the public, where the George W. Bush administration did too, to get people on board, to get support. Now, I don't usually do this, but we'll go to the Drudge Report. Whoop, there it is. Is it there? Oh, yeah. Okay, so these are things that are rumored to be happening or happening. All right, so we have stocks continue plunge, 104% tariffs on China. And what do we have down here? Okay. Oh, right. Weekend. U.S. could be bombing Iran if Tehran doesn't fall in line. Unprecedented number of B-2 bombers amassed for strike. All right. So we don't know when they're going to happen. When do they usually strike enemies? It's during the middle of the night, in the morning, right? It's usually, I guess, the military would like to keep the enemies off guard, and not prepared for it. So it's going to be a surprise attack for sure, or maybe they know it's coming, but they're going to try to do their best to mount some sort of defense. We'll see. U.S. could be bombing Iran by a weekend if Tehran doesn't fall in line. Okay, so that means they'd have to suspend their nuclear program. Okay. So Iran has a lifeline, maybe. Donald Trump's threats to bomb Iran should not be dismissed as empty words, an expert has said. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. That's true. No shit, Sherlock. How many other monkeys could have put this together? All right. Unprecedented number of B-2 bombers amassed for strike. Boop, boop. The information superhighway. Yeah. Information superhighway. The Hershey Highway. Ooh. Nice and brown. The Pentagon. Okay. Who is this? By Ken Klippenstein. Klippenstein. What? Oh, he's German. Duh. Pentagon prepares for Trump to go berserk. Berserk. Unprecedented number of B-2 bombers amassed for Iran strike. Booyah. And then the tariffs on China. The tariffs. No, use your Texas accent. The terror is coming. The tariffs. We got to get the tur. Yeah, that's more. That's a little bit more Texan. You can kind of work on your southern accent there. In the largest single deployment of stealth bombers in U.S. history, the Pentagon has sent six B-2 Spirit aircraft to Diego Garcia in the Indian Ocean. The long-range bombers, which are uniquely suited to evade Iranian air defenses and can carry America's most potent bunker-busting weapons, flew in from Missouri last week in a little-noticed operation. The B-2s carry not just bombs, but a message for Iran. Do you see our sword? As one retired general told Newsmax this week. Wow. Oh, do I get to show me the map? I want to see the colors. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. They call me Mellow Yellow. That's right, Slick. Quite rightly. No, I thought it was that's right, Slick, but he says quite rightly. They call me Mellow Yellow. Dear, near, near. Okay. So, well, there it is. Computer disengage. Yeah. Oh, so the leftist friends of mine are like, all your prices for all the stuff you want to buy is going to go up. Yeah, but we'll be wounding a mortal enemy. China is the greatest threat to the world since the Axis powers of World War II. The Chinese Communist threat is a very grave and serious one. It threatens, they call us bullies. Their senior leadership in the CCP, they call us bullies. They've been bullying the world for years now, and us. And so enough is enough. Yeah. Do you let a bully just hit you in the face and laugh at you, or do one day you punch him in the face? Well, the answer is pretty clear. China is the bully here. China is the gravest threat to American sovereignty and security since the Nazi Germany and the Axis powers in World War II. That is the truth of the matter. And so, yeah, man, some prices are going to go up. But they'll go down if they play ball and if manufacturing jobs come back to the United States where they belong. Well, then things will get better. Yeah. Da, 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 da. Prices smices. We got bigger fish to fry. And they're called the Chinese Communists. But I guess first, Iran is on the chopping block first because we can. Yeah. It's going to be easy, relatively speaking. Knock out their nuclear weapons. Knock out a proxy of the Russian Federation. In the Ukraine war, and Vladimir Putin restore sovereignty to the Ukraine. So I see what they're doing. Okay, and then focus all military concerns about the global threat, which is the main enemy. The main course is China, the Chinese Communist Party. So that's our main course. Yeah, so you got to knock out the small fry first before you can get to the big dogs. So it looks like procedural. It looks surgical. It looks like it's organized. I like it, you know. And if there's some bumps along the road, then I think most Americans, this is what we voted for. and I'm fine with it. So I'm not a war hawk or anything like that, but I don't have bloodlust or warlust, but I'm not a neocon. But it looks like that this is something. If it's organized, I usually like it. Chaos is usually frowned upon. So it's you knock out America's enemies one by one, or you contain them. That's good. So, but first you have to eliminate the proxies of the Russian Federation and the Chinese communists. I know the media is trying to act like, ooh, we're punishing China. Ooh, we're punishing this regime that uses child slave labor. Okay, a regime that purges Muslim Uyghurs from its population, a ruthless communist dictatorship that locked its people to die, sealed them up in their apartments just because they were angry that they were isolated and they were angry at their government and protesting, so they died of starvation. And I could go on. What the millions that Mao Zedong and the communists have killed over there in China, and how much their oppression has killed people, not just over there, but all around the world, and their disaster of the COVID-19 coronavirus plague has killed over millions of people. So at least 1 million plus. So don't tell me, ooh, the Chinese, ooh, or the sweethearts. Don't give me that shit. Don't give me that liberal, leftist, communist bullshit, because it's not going to fly. So if I look at the historical record, the time for them going down, it's coming up on the docket, on the schedule. So it's only a matter of time, really. I think one of the Air Force commanders let it slip somewhere, or he was training his men, in the western United States or something, I don't know, Utah or somewhere. And he said, oh, we better be prepared for war with China by 2027. I think that was a legitimate slip. I don't know if it's accurate, but he was just trying to motivate his men, motivate his troops. But still, it is coming. Everybody knows it's coming. The showdown between communism and those who want liberty and freedom. This has been a long time. This reckoning has been a long time coming, and it's coming soon, sooner than people want or expect. But come, it will, and so people will have to make choices what side they're on, because there won't be a gray or a middle ground once this thing kicks off. So, what was it George W. Bush used to say? You're either with us or you're against us. I guess. So, yeah, it may come down to something, uncomfortable, unsavory like that. But, yeah, I got the Chinese virus, but I didn't get the Mugu Gaipan. So, anyways, should be a fun week and weekend. Put on, fasten your seatbelt. We're in for quite the ride, I think. So I think it's the right ride, but there's gonna be a lot of bumps. There's gonna be a lot of collateral damage. So I like it, but you know, I see exactly what the president. I see what the military is doing. I can see what the administration is doing, and it's fine. But the earthquake is coming, and it's going to be a magnitude 8.8 at least. So coming by this weekend. God bless and best of success. So it's time to prepare for the worst and pray for the best, of course.